Hey. I changed the settings on the app and I can't remember what the settings were before. But as the title says, I was watching a video just before that, Matty Renton, and Matty's on about where we're staying, where we're going. So, yeah. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Because, like I say, yeah, they're on about Sam Fender was at St James's Park over the weekend, and his stage was beside the Gallagher, and nobody knows what's happening. It's like ultra top secret. Right. What's this in here? Right. Hey Paul, I'm trying to lose weight. You're a slim guy, got any tips? Do you know the best way to actually lose weight, Jeremy? Is find yourself a nice woman and work it off during exercise. It is the best solution. And it's the best solution for your waistline, but also for what's going on, you know? Well, yeah. I mean, I have what's called a super high metabolism. And when the doctor told me that years and years ago, you know, he says like your metabolism is very, very high. And I was like, what does that mean in English? And he went, you can eat for England. Now, one thing I tried to do today, and I tried to make contact again. So I looked onto Facebook's Udemy pages. And do you know what it is, right? For a college, an international college, who have offices around the world, they're bloody hard to get in touch with, man. And that's no good, which is what I said to them today. And the notification I sent to Rob, the instructor, was like, you need to like be more like not, you know, not a student waiting and waiting and waiting. because that just frustrates the temperament. Do you know what I mean? If you are like constantly waiting for somebody to get back to you. I mean, you know, that email where it says, "Oh, congratulations on the number of like hours you've done," and you know, you're at 15%. I was like, brilliant, okay, but I'm disappointed. Now, what's Road Dog just put there? I just missed it. Oh, it's Monty. Monty has. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, here we go. Now, I said this in other videos, in other lives. What's happening? Yeah, what's really happening? Because Newcastle United has been as secretive as the United Kingdom Secret Service, MI5 and MI6. We play football at St James's Park. Yeah, we do not do anything other than play football from the Leazes end to the Gallagher end and back. So why does everything need to be ultra mega top secret? It's, you know, it's getting a bit much. And apparently there is another kit. There's another kit. And this kit is in the colours of the Saudi flag. Now, I don't know about you, right? I don't know about you. So I'm going to ask. But let's be honest here. Yeah? Let's be totally honest. They're talking in the region of £80 to £110, depending on whether you go for the supporters one or whether you go for the players. Yeah? Now, what I'm saying to you is this. I have been offered a shirt. Yes, I have. Was that shirt in the same ballpark region of £80 to £100? No, nowhere close. And, you know, they were turning around and saying to us, yeah, about Adidas coming back in. Right. Now, the one thing I'd say is this, right? As Corvo was saying, like, I am a skinny person. Yes, I am. I have something called a very high metabolism. Inu's turn around and say, eat the pole, get it from China. Well, where my friend gets the shirt from, I don't really care, as long as that shirt goes on my back. And I've got the hooped one first. And I think, you know, another club was saying about the need to, like, more kits. How many kits are now available? Yeah, I am reading the comments. Did you sell? No, I didn't. So yeah, so I'm all up to thingy, and please remove that official message now. remove it or I will remove it, because that is not what should be. Paul, you're just ignoring. Yeah, the reason why I'm ignoring that, and I always will ignore it, is because somebody decided to take an idea when I asked for help. Yeah. Instead of reaching out and saying, here, we're going to help you. No, that person stood on my head and put me underwater. No. So, the premise of Seeking You was stolen. And there's no way you can say anything more about it, because that is official. Okay? So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. David R. Hello, Paul. Any big news this weekend? Will everybody stop? Right. I'm going to... Voila. Gone. What would you do to those who stole your ideas? Well, there's an easy thing on that one, Raw Dog. You know, back in the old days, right, when they used to like have the catapults, I'd like to have a catapult. What would put somebody up into orbit and then parachute back down? If you survive the trip back to planet Earth, then you're forgiven. Because stealing ideas, that's the Chinese. It's been known for a long, long time that they would nick your ideas. Do you know, AA, right? You are saying, did you copyright? I put stuff onto GitHub. AA. And people took advantage. And like I said, this is what happens sometimes, you know, people, like when people are learning how to write code, taking advantage. And yeah, so things are going to change, and change dramatically. Now, as I was saying, apparently the end of June possibly is news on Newcastle United, whether we are... I don't honestly believe we are going to stay at St James's Park. I think we're going to move. I think they're going to build a new stadium. Now, there's 32 people here and only one like. That, come on, Howie, shake a leg, get those thumbs going, and let's sort things out. Can you comment on accusations called Chinese people? No. You know, you all know, right, at the end of the day. Now, are you going to buy... There's one project which has potential. Right. What am I going to do with you? Time out, yeah. There you go. Because people are starting to keep doing about Seeking You too, when they know for a fact the first version is coming out. Aye. Goodbye. Can't be bothered with people learning about stuff like that. I've just checked Companies House has posted revenue of over 500,000 in the past 4 weeks. You know, that's a very good thing, that is, Stevie G. Really very good thing. That means they're going to have some bloody good legal team. Yeah, because they're going to need it. Right. There we go. So, and people are going legal. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, of course they are. Just, you see one thing, right? Not a lot of people know this. Not a lot of people know this. But in the United Kingdom, we have things. And Corvo would probably know more about it than most of us. If they had the money, they would win. Do you think so? Do you honestly believe that as a legal mind? I don't. Now, the one thing I can do in the next few days, I'm going to continue. I'm going to move from HTML5 to CSS and see how far I get doing CSS before I get the next email, because I'm going to blast the next email from Udemy. Goodbye. And every time I see that, it's going to be deleted. So, just let you know. Do you, Paul, you do DSS, not CSS? Be a vacant. What is DSS? Because I certainly have got an idea what the other one is. It's part of code. Hello, Alice. Do you know, there's some right characters here, man. Real proper characters. However, there's another thank you. And give us a jig. A jig's an Irish dance. I'm not Irish. Oh, you know what? Hey, they're all coming out tonight, man. They're all coming out. Are you declaring these donations? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Are you doing the other? Oh, my Lord. Can you hear the rumble? Hey, man. Wicked. You know, one thing at the end of the day, yeah. I was talking to this person today, and he's looking forward to these projects. And, you know, he said to me, how many jobs per site? And I went, 50. No. The Welsh, Irish, German, French, you know, CGH, yeah, they're everybody, yeah. Bosh. There we go. And every time I see that, I'm just going to delete it. Every single time. So just letting you know, as fast as you type, I will delete. Yeah? Just letting you know. And there's lots of doubters. There's been doubters for quite some time. Really, there has. But I'll tell you one thing, right? And it's this. Bosh. For years and years, even family doubted. Yeah. It doesn't cut harder than when family doubts. But something changed. Play the song. I don't know that one. And here we go again. Bosh. Douche. You see, had that person or that persons, as in plural, not decided to go down the road that they went down, do you know what I would do? I would turn around when I share to all of the places I share to. I would give a huge shout out to those people. Because when you help somebody who needs help, you give them a shout out. But no, that didn't happen. Well, put it this way, my mum has sadly gone, so it's the rest of the family. But it is what it is. Now it's changed. Um, right. I think you should have put it on the Waves Exchange. Well, who said that? Who just said that? Oh, that was in you. Here's the bonus. Are you ready? The stuff which is on the Waves Exchange. Somebody mentioned that the other day. Was it yesterday or the day before? They mentioned that on Instagram, right? And when it started off life, Waves, it was a Dex. It's not that anymore. It's evolved. And don't know if they know that, because you had to migrate to the new site. And I did that, did everything. And the actual bits and pieces which are on GitHub right at this moment in time, all of those bits and pieces, that's the easiest way to say it is, that's like the cornbread you would throw out for the pigeons and the birds. The big stuff is on Waves. So yeah. How much will your apps cost, and is the release date next week? The release date is not next week. No. I will do them as fast as humanly possible. What I have to do is go into Supabase, and there's something called an SQL. I think I have to create an SQL before they go live. So yeah. And the one thing I will say is this, that with three things happening in very short space of time, I don't know, Alice. All I know is SQL is the very first part of Supabase, and below SQL is something called a database. That's as much as I know. And you all know that, I mean, there's 31 people here and there's only one like. So you all know at the end of the day that I have the smallest knowledge, which is like about that where code is. And you all know that. Mm. David, no. Dots or snooker? No. I don't think that would ever happen. Right. So, yeah. Where's this new stadium gonna be? Because there's news. You're not far behind Proudlock. Well, that's an improvement. How are you expected to create a technology empire if you have very basic knowledge of technology? Well, it's not that I have extensive ideas, which that's what the stuff that is on the Waves Exchange is all about. That gives you the big money, much bigger money than what you would expect with these apps. I would say quite a lot more. I think it would be built just off Diana Street. And when I was thinking the same thing, but there's a problem. Diana Street isn't big enough. And 5 or 6 people told me that. Well, yeah. I will say this much. The idea of the Mighty Magpie show, I'm looking forward to. And the others, I'm looking forward to. I'm on Earth, and where are you from? I'm from Mars. But yeah. So, there's 31 people here. However, let's get the legs up, man. Would you fly business or first class? Well, if I was going to fly, after everything is all done and dusted, up and running, etc., it wouldn't be business class and it wouldn't be first class. There's another. I would use that. So yeah. Jeremy, yeah, you're quite on it tonight. Yeah, I would. Hmm. And that would be for little trips to little places. But yeah. So what I'm looking at the moment, I was meant to have another phone call a day, and time must have gone. There will be a meetup. The meetup will be the first week or the second week of August. I'm going to be coming up, hopefully, touch wood, for the game. That's if the game is at St James's Park. It might not be. It may be away. But I'm looking forward to this coming new season. And we will be meeting East Corner. I would like to have a membership with a union, like to. As long as the union is doing stuff for its members. And yeah. So it's all looking good. And I'm looking forward to what I'd like is 5 different. There's no nightclubs left, David. All the nightclubs are gone. Colour doesn't matter. But yeah. The one thing is this. These apps, they come with a bonus. A monthly bonus. I think, in all honesty, if you work hard, you should get a bonus. That's my honest opinion. Oh, dear me. Apps as in appetizers, Alice? No. Yeah, I agree. You're right. The nightclubs are shut. Well, I mean, there used to be loads of nightclubs in Newcastle. Used to be. Richie Law. Did you go to the Richie's nightclub back in the day? Yes, I did. Pardon me. Yes, I did. That's where I watched Thriller by Michael Jackson. I nearly got stampeded because everybody hit their dance floor. And Bok is saying, Paul, Newcastle is a uni town. No, it's not. It's a uni city. It has nightclubs. Well, it did have. It had Madison's, and you had Icon. There was other ones. There were several of them. They were all over the place. But, times change. But yeah. Who do you think were driving about on your nights out if you've had no nightclubs? That's a very good one. Town equals town. Oh, town equals / town. Blue Bamboo. I've heard of Blue Bamboo. I'm going to hazard a guess. Big market. Have you ever pulled any birds in nightclubs? I have to confess to being the only Geordie in the whole of the United Kingdom that is never. No. Blue Bamboo, Andy Carroll's favourite. I've heard it was a few footballers' favourites, but where it is, ain't got a clue. I think Paul is saying that all nightclubs are shut to him. He must be banned. No. Pull a budgie there one night. Did you know? Ooh. Buzzword. HQ. Yeah. How have you never? I don't know. Well, you know the thing is, I mean, I used to go straight on the dance floor, have a little bit of a boogie. But yeah. But yeah, there's some really good things coming. I'm excited by them. And you get to see them when they do go live. So yeah. Now, tomorrow morning, we're not having 11:30. I've got to be somewhere. So we're not going to have 11:30. We're going to have a 7 p.m. But we're not having the first one. I can't be in two places at the same time. Unfortunately. And I have an appointment on the 23rd as well. So things are starting to get a bit busy. Right. Now, I'm just hoping, because there's no news today on players, no news today on anything apart from, like, I saw Adam, young Adam, and Matty Renton, but nobody else. Everything's gone quiet. So, thank you all for being here. Please, on your way out, give me one of them. And to all of those people who have done a super chat, thank you. Hopefully, as we go through 2025, we'll have more. And we're also going to have other people popping in as well. So we're going to have like collabs with other YouTubers. So you get to chat to their chat, etc. So plenty of things on the horizon. Plus, those who want a job in the apps, that's also going to be available. So thank you all for coming and see you 7 p.m. tomorrow.